Hi, welcome back. A View from the Stands. We're back again amongst all the coronavirus madness for a second week in a row. We've got known infected people here, although we are missing Connell, but it's not to do with that.
He is fine, he's safe.
He's fine, he's safe, we've checked, he's alright. He's just enjoying it up in New York, so he'll be back.
He's on his jollies.
Next week, all providing the situation in this chaos doesn't get worse over the next week and we're actually allowed in to record. So
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. So what we've got here this week is just the three guests. Alex, Arvid, and Tom. I'm Jordan. Going you through. So what are we? What's been happening in the week then?
Oh. We might as well start with coronavirus.
Yeah,
get out of the way.
Should we have a bit?
Do you know what? End of coronavirus.
Do you know what? With all the controversy of VAR, it's nice to have something different to moan about. It's coronavirus this week, which obviously
you just feel every cough now.
You just coughed on them.
Don't worry, I'm completely free.
You got to time your coughs in.
I've got nothing wrong with me.
We don't know.
Thomas, man, you were at Forest on the
Forest have, however. Forest have.
Apparently have had. The latest update this morning was that the Forest owner, he's the owner?
Marinakis, has got coronavirus. He put out on his Instagram, and he was the first game he went to this season for Forest was last Friday against Millwall. We lost 3-0, so I'm blaming coronavirus for that.
Apparently he met with all the players.
But yeah, apparently he met the players as well after the game. Probably shook all their hands. It's looking dangerous.
I like to think of him sneezing on his hand.
It's looking dangerous. There's a few pictures. You might have seen a few pictures on Twitter going around of people meeting the owner as well. Like one of them put, "I don't usually take pictures, but as he asked so nicely, I thought, yeah, go on then."
Maybe it's a.
I wish you didn't know.
Maybe it's a blessing in disguise that Harvey left after 60 minutes against
Millwall. I think it was for the best I left. Not only because of the result.
We have some opinions in on this. Then.
I've had it all weekend.
It's just divided people in.
I gave him abuse on the night he came back. Terrible.
Is it right or wrong to leave a team your game in the 60th minute? I mean,
wrong.
I got home and a whole hour early.
Oh, no one cares.
A, B, I didn't miss a single thing. I missed a John Bostock 25-yard shot which passed over the bar.
That is not the point.
And 3, it stopped me from being freezing cold, which I was.
Oh, God, mate.
And we still lost 3-0, by the way. We didn't win 4-3.
You realise
but you didn't look into a crystal ball and go, "Oh, we're not going to score in the second half."
There was no need. I knew what was happening.
Mate, Villa, Sheffield United last season.
Oh, that's a one-off.
3-0 down. 3-3.
That's a one-off.
I was there.
That's Sheffield United as well, it's not Millwall. Sheffield United were good that season.
Istanbul.
Yeah, it's good job you haven't been a fan of the clubs in like big moments. United in the Champions League final. 1-0 down. I'm going to go home. I'm going to leave early to get the train.
Yeah, and I'm freezing. I'm actually really cold. So.
I think the event as well, the actual event of the thing. Like if it was the Istanbul Champions League final, you put all the way there, you've got to stay.
But Millwall, Nottingham Forest is a huge
on a Friday freezing cold night.
Why does the temperature matter?
Because it was freezing. I was like, I'm not staying here much longer. It was just, to be honest with you, I'd have left at half time if there was a better train.
But the thing is, if you were like relegation, fair play. But you playoffs.
We didn't look like that.
They've been playing well this season.
It was enough for me. I'd seen enough.
You jumped shit. It's shocking.
I'd seen enough.
Shocking.
Fair play to me, they were playing well, but. Oof.
So it's confirmed that Harvey's a plastic Nottingham Forest fan.
Official.
Top Reds are going mad now, to be honest.
I now live with 2 plastics. What's going on? What's going on?
What support, Villa?
You should have left last night, mate.
Yeah.
You might have been able to get home a bit earlier like Harvey did.
Tell you, it was well worth. Got a good night's sleep that night as well.
So obviously, going back to it, coronavirus, the big threat now is that games across Europe are now being played behind closed doors. It's probably, I'd say, inevitable, likely, that it happens in the Premier League within the next week or so, if the situation continues or gets worse. We agree?
There's going to be, behind closed doors.
I think it has to really, like, it comes a point where it's just, people won't go anyway, so.
Which?
I would.
Yeah, but a lot of people wouldn't.
I'd leave, but I'd go. Leave at 60th and then leave. You know.
So Gary Neville put up a tweet out earlier about this, saying that he really disagrees with this being played behind closed doors because he thinks the financial impact on League 1, League 2 teams is going to be...
I bet he does, so in Salford.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
The reason he cares, isn't it? Yeah, it's a fair point in terms of actual clubs down there, but you're putting yourself at risk, aren't you? Well, I suppose you're putting yourself at risk if you go in, and it's not worth the risk.
Nah,
I was talking
probably
to
For some people.
I was talking to my uncle last night before the Leicester game, and he was saying he knows people who support Leeds and Villa especially, who haven't missed a single game, like pre-season in Australia, all these things, haven't missed a game for 50, 60 years, like stupid figures. But how's that going to affect people like that? Because like to them, that's their life, that's an obsession, and to not be able to go to a game, I don't know, are these sort of special fans going to get special access to games, like press passes or things? I don't know.
Nah, they won't.
I don't think
Does
so.
happen.
You can't
It
give it.
does happen.
You can't give it to one fan and not the other.
It does
though.
happen though.
I don't care how long they've been supporting them.
When has this happened?
It's about who you know, isn't it?
I think the reporters will be able to go, won't they? Like the actual
Yeah.
like the Phil Hayes of Leeds and the whatever of Villa, and the photographers as
It's for
well.
the best. I mean, if it gets really bad, the coronavirus, you got to kind of
You know,
knock on.
not going. Yeah, that's right. We'll finish it there,
I
lads.
swear though, if they cancel this season,
I'd love it.
I'm out.
Imagine that.
I'm completely
Liverpool
out.
not winning the Premier League
And do you know what?
Leeds not going
Yeah.
up.
I don't think they'll
I've
cancel
done.
the season, but do you know what? The thought of Liverpool after 30 years finally lifting the trophy, just stewards
Empty.
in the stands.
Yeah.
Just stewards in the stands, they're lifting it, they're going mad.
Bus
Trophy,
parade.
bus
No one
parade.
out.
No one's allowed out on the streets.
Thing is, could you imagine you go to Leeds, you're not going to get promoted, and they have to play another season in the Championship?
Yeah, that'd
It'll
be
be like
horrible.
riots.
It'd be
like,
horrible.
Full on riots.
I'm sure, Tom, you won't mind that then if it gets cancelled.
I'm fine with it, mate. Absolutely.
I don't know how it would work though. Would it be just?
The bottom three right now go down, top three go
Yeah,
up.
I don't know how they.
Maybe not then.
It'd have to be a justifiable way of solving things, but I don't think there is.
I
A
don't think
justifiable
there
way.
is.
Yeah,
It's going to upset someone, whatever way you do it.
Just have to play it during Qatar World Cup. Leave it for 2022, and just think, you know what?
It's understandable,
Let's bring
but the Champions League games this week, which is second leg, so it's going to be very tense. It's going to be weird, like
I'll say that.
last minute goal or something, send team
That
through,
PSG Dortmund
and no
game,
one's there.
empty ground. That's
Can you
really-
imagine that?
It just sort of kills the game.
Like
a
the
bit,
United PSG one, or like the Liverpool Barcelona one
Yeah.
last year with no fans. It's still mint, but it's
Mm.
like you're less arse, aren't you, if you've just watched it?
No
like,
limbs. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, it's a weird one. I tell you what will be good though. You'll be able to hear what everyone's shouting on the pitch and stuff
Yeah.
like that. That'll be quite funny.
There'll definitely be a few of them on Twitter. Like you
Yeah.
hear someone get absolutely snapped and they'll swear at something, and there'll be some on
Okay.
Twitter which bangs.
It'd be like watching like a youth league game or something,
Yeah,
or like one
yeah.
of the like the Qatari league or something, wouldn't it?
Be an experience, but yeah, sort of not kill the game, but make it not as.
Well, you wouldn't want to watch a game that's got no fans, really.
Do you remember the England-Croatia game last year? 0-0.
Terrible.
0-0.
Terrible.
You couldn't ask for a worse game than that.
Dodgy night after that as
Yeah,
well.
we won't go into the night. We won't go into the night, but that was a yeah. Up the
Anyway.
Yeah, it's gonna be a strange situation. So what else have we had going on then? So a few bad results for people's clubs here. Well, actually half and half here. Some people got beat by heavy score lines this weekend. Some teams won important games. So we'll go
See the
Tom actually.
championship.
We'll go for the most recent one.
No, shake hands.
Last night,
Um,
Midlands Derby under the
no,
floodlights.
Don't call it a Midlands derby, Jordan.
Midlands Derby under the floodlights.
Oh, I don't know.
The second and third
we're dead
biggest
and
teams in the
buried, I think,
Midlands.
now, to be fair. I don't even want to talk about it, mate.
No.
Is that it?
For the podcast or not?
We're on
I
a
don't want to talk
podcast.
about it.
I don't want to talk about VAR. I don't want to talk about VAR, but that Mings decision was poor for the handball
Yeah.
shoulder thing.
That was just never. It was
Nah,
never handball.
But we don't need to go into that because it's VAR again.
Pepe Reina's come running out like a fool.
Like a
Douglas Luiz was playing in his slippers.
anyone else?
Grealish didn't turn up. Hourihane didn't turn up.
And
That's about it, really.
Mings on cruise control.
Yeah, Mings with a cigar on, smoking a pipe.
sad, isn't it? It's sad state of affairs at Villa.
Toxic again.
It's mad that you got to a final as well this year.
Good atmosphere in the first half though, and then second half just.
Ah well, we
Too
live and
easy.
we live and we learn, don't we? Eh?
There's some absolute rubbish being chatted on the train home last night. Absolute
Go on,
rubbish.
give us what were people saying?
Because McGinn is supposed to be back on the bench on Saturday against Chelsea, and I heard this one Villa fan saying he's going to turn the season round. He's going to be back in. We're going to win a few, get on a good run. He'll keep us up. He'll be like what Grealish did for us when he came back from injury last season. He came in, we won 10 in a row, ended up getting promoted. Nah, it's just the Premier League. Like, yes, John McGinn, he's a good player, and I think whatever happens to us this season, I don't think he'll be with us next season. I think he's a Premier League player 100%.
Yeah.
But he's not going to have that much of an impact. It's not like, I don't know, bringing Suarez back from injury, is it, for the relegation battle? Like,
No.
it's John McGinn.
He's got to be realistic,
Fielder,
yeah.
like,
If
when you've lost 4-0 and you're sat on the train and you're soaking wet,
You hear
you
that?
just don't want to wear it, do you? Headphones
Did
in.
you shout him?
No, headphones
Stop
in.
what you're
mate.
doing. Get off the train.
you are.
Do you ever think this is a thing, right? Because I always think that the biggest shit talkers are the one on like football Twitter, but sometimes people who go to the games have some like even. I think the stranger opinions I've heard have come when I've been in stands and stuff.
Yeah.
Like some of the things you hear, like, hey, because I know you get judged for it when you're in
Yeah.
the stands or stuff.
It's like people shouting about Rayner, talking about Rayner on the train, saying he thinks he's bigger than the club. He's not putting 100% in. Bollocks. That's rubbish. He's a professional footballer.
Yeah.
He's going to come in. He's going to want to do his best. He's just made a couple of mistakes. Like
Just
that is football. Not saying Rayner thinks he's better than Villa. Like, just
I mean,
shut up.
the times I've been to Old Trafford recently, you want to hear how Pogba gets talked about.
Yeah.
Like you'd think he was someone who like plotted 9/11 or something. Like the way he gets
Jesus.
talked about is like he's some kind of criminal or something. He's killed this club. This
When
is
is
part
he
of the
back?
Pogba virus. Whenever he feels like he wants to be back.
Has he actually played the game?
Paul Pogba,
Has
mate.
he played the game this
Just
season?
Paul Pogba. When he'll wake up one morning and think, do you know what? I fancy playing
Fancy it
this weekend.
today.
I fancy it
He must have
today.
played less than 10
Well,
games.
We'll
this
just wait.
season.
We'll just wait for him to come back.
How has he played?
Not
don't
that
care.
many. He
Like,
was injured at the start.
what on earth?
Came back for about
I'd rather
3.
be McTominay.
Like, it's near the end of the season. I've just realised he's not really played, has he,
No.
this
'Cause he
season?
just.
That's
I'm
annoying.
not a
He
United
could,
fan,
he could
but-
be one of the most influential players in the league. 100%. He's got it. You know he could do it. Just
Wherever he could be arsed.
I actually really like him, but I'm losing patience because like you got his brothers every other week on Spanish TV, like talking up moves. Like last night, they go on Spanish TV. Oh, we're buzzing. We can't wait. We're hopefully Paul ends up playing for Real Madrid this summer. Shut up.
Yeah, you can't be
You
saying
two are
that.
footballers. Talk about your own career.
You can't be
like
saying
literally
that.
stop riding your brother's career all the time. Like do you
Yeah.
know?
That
And
is-
it's just-
Yeah, no, a bit dodgy.
I used to think, right, it's out of his control. These are people who associate with him. He's not coming out and saying stuff. But easily, it happens so many times. Surely he goes to his brothers like, lads, do you mind just stop going on TV and just leave
Give
the
it a rest.
talking to me? Or like, Mino Raiola, his agent, spouts
he
off
loves
every
it as
week.
well,
You
don't
never
he?
see
Yeah.
Pogba going out and going, you don't think he picks up the phone and goes, you're bang out of order, Mino. I think he's just going, that's great. Just, I keep on stoking it
yeah,
again.
more
And it's just
speculation.
like,
Get you more money, mate, don't worry.
He thrives on the press, though, doesn't he, Pogba? If he's still in the papers and all that lot, then he's fine.
Yeah.
Isn't he? That's
I
it's one of
see.
those
I
players.
don't know. I don't think it's him is a thing. I think it's just the people he's surrounded with put these ideas into his head that he he leaves it in the hands of other people like Mino Raiola going right. This is the way. Like because right, fair enough. If you want to play, if your dream is to play for Real Madrid, like we can't really stop that. But like he's like De Gea. That was his dream to play for Real Madrid. He never talks about it.
But at least with De
Tries
Gea,
to get a
at
transfer.
least he's owned it.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
at least he plays his
Do you know
way
what?
to the
You know, when he was going to go, everyone was like, fair enough.
Yeah.
He hadn't spoke up bad about the club. And then even worse, the transfer falls through at the last minute, comes back the next game, never talks about it again. And that was, so he literally was a fax machine or an email or whatever away from signing for Real Madrid. Never talks about it since.
What a gent.
Never once brought it up.
What a gent.
But-
Well, David.
Professional.
That's how it should be, shouldn't it? But it's not going to be always,
Yeah.
because there's players which want to push.
Anyway, I don't want to talk about Pogba because we were mint at the weekend. We were so
yeah, he
good.
did. That
We-
second goal as
Amazing.
well was brilliant.
Amazing.
The limbs.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
We were saying this. It was,
The atmosphere.
Old Trafford don't
I
know.
think the rain helped it as well. The fact it was
Yeah.
pissed down with rain, everyone's loving it. It's like,
Yeah.
Do you know what though? I will stick up for Old Trafford because I think they get a lot more shit as like a ground. Like obviously there's sections of ground where it is a lot of tourists and family and stuff.
Yeah.
It's fair enough. But like, people like the Stretford end, like when on the times I've been, I went last year when obviously we lost the league to West Brom. No, like City won the league when we lost to West Brom. People were still singing and stuff like in the thing. Like I think like you watch it on TV and it's it's dead and stuff, but it's never. And obviously at the weekend it was just it's buzzing.
Yeah, one of the greatest of games in terms of.
No, you
City
went-
were terrible.
Yeah,
It
City
was
were
like
poor.
City.
It was
But that,
a poor
I
game.
won't go into the Aguero. I think that's VAR again, but
Wan-Bissaka absolutely
Controversial.
pocketed Sterling, didn't they?
Oh, he's mint. I love one.
Sterling's not been great this season.
No,
so
I don't even think like I just think Sterling didn't have a good game. I don't think it was anything to do with
Wan-Bissaka dealt with.
Yeah, but if
so
you look
well.
at like some of the
Every
moves
time
like
he had the ball.
defensively,
The amount of people that have dealt with Sterling this season,
Yeah, I don't.
he hasn't.
He
He
just
hasn't
didn't get the ball.
like he was last year. He hasn't.
He's
just-
got to get
there
there
we
for
are.
Euros because we need him. For
Hopefully,
Euros,
yeah.
I mean, but
Well, if you think about it, who do you go with at the Euros then? If Rashford comes back from injury, being how good he was at the start of the season, going for that left wing spot, Sterling's played a whole season,
It's healthy
could be
competition.
not so good. Because you think Sancho keeps his place,
Yeah, I think
Kane,
Sancho
if he's
will.
fit, starts because he's the best number 9, Rashford can't really play as a number 9.
Yeah.
Captain as well, isn't he, Kane?
Yeah, so I think it is a
it's a
thing
sticky
between
one.
Sterling and Rashford. I mean,
It's
that'd
not.
be
It's not a
interesting
bad
to
choice to have, is it?
Yeah,
No.
Like, whoever doesn't play is going to come on in the match, aren't they?
and they will
that's
probably
a good,
make an
good sub to
effect.
bring
You'd
on.
hope. Yeah.
Rashford's a very good impact sub, especially for England. He has been a lot of the
Yeah, yeah.
time. When he comes on, he's stretched the defences. But so would, actually no, staying that, I don't think Sterling would be as effective off the bench coming in. But you know,
That's wait and see. I think.
I was always said I think Sterling's a class player, but I think he's a system player with Man City. I don't
Yeah.
think if you bring him into Everton, I don't think he does as well as something like that. I think because he got so many amount of goals last season that he scored, literally just across the box.
Yeah,
Kyle
yeah,
Walker down the line, bang. and
He's
then-
there, yeah.
yeah.
Right place, right time. To be fair though, came on against Madrid last week, or week before. He did make a difference. Got the penalty, and
He did, but he wasn't like
impact.
He
It
wasn't
was
brilliant.
impact. It was
he
good
was an
impact.
impact, but he wasn't brilliant.
He did his job.
He did his job, yeah.
You know, got
As a-
and
You know,
what do you expect from him?
and then I suppose his old club Liverpool, they're 2 wins away from the title.
This talk again.
what
Go on.
could be one win if City lose tomorrow
You were
night.
lucky against Bournemouth as well.
I'm just happy we don't have to.
Lucky.
You were lucky.
We don't have to play you again.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, you weren't your best, but you did enough.
Yeah, but
Mane's little shot was unlucky, wasn't it? But hey,
we've talked enough about us being
Yeah,
the best
yeah.
team in the world. haven't we?
Could
So
lift the title against us at Anfield,
that'll be good.
just to rub salt in
You
the
going
wounds.
for that?
Yeah, I reckon so.
yeah, yeah, I may as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
Something to see, isn't it?
Nice to see.
Well, I
If
tell you,
you're allowed.
mate, if the situation carries on, you won't be going. You'll be watching it at home, which will be alright actually.
I doubt I'll be going to Hillsborough Saturday at this rate.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's
Our
that's
good,
team,
isn't
I think
it?
that'll be off.
Yeah.
I'm lucky I haven't booked my train ticket yet.
Your whole,
Hey, I
the
was
whole
thinking ahead.
squad will be quarantined now,
Yeah.
won't it? Like,
Everyone go home.
like monsters, scene from Monsters Inc. won't it?
See you
Yeah. 23-19.
We'll start a group chat up. See you in about 2.5 weeks, lads. I'll keep you updated there.
Oh, and coronavirus talk. What do we all think of the handshake situation at the weekend? That was funny. Why
Just
make
funny,
them line up?
Bit
Why
awkward.
make them line up and then walk past them? It was more awkward.
To
Just
be
get
fair,
to the
at
ball.
Forest, the referee just went, right, you can just both go your separate ways now. Okay. You
Yeah.
didn't have to do the weird walk past and be like, and then people still fist pumping and stuff. Anyway.
Elbows, like,
I don't get it. The no handshake thing. I think like they're literally grabbing each other
Yeah.
during the
For
game,
90 minutes they're gonna be
spitting and
touching each
everything.
other.
Like
Yeah.
after the end of the game, they're all hugging and stuff. Oh, so just before the game, they've not shook hands. They'll be alright.
Who was it? What referee did
It's
it
pointless.
to one of the players? The players went to shake his hand. He went, no.
It was even like United at the weekend. I noticed like they're holding hands to the mascots walking out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's alright. No,
Yeah,
no shaking
yeah.
hands, but it's alright for kids to get it if you've
Yeah.
passed it on.
It just doesn't make sense,
It's a
does
bit
it?
poor, isn't it?
Doesn't make sense.
So we'll move to who had our famous Roberto performances
Roberto of the
at
week.
weekend.
Edison.
It was Edison.
He was
top scorer, wasn't it?
terrible. Both goals were completely his fault, weren't they?
Yeah, to be fair, yeah.
He wasn't at it, was he?
No.
If you watched
And
it,
he was very unlucky. He was lucky not for it to be a throw.
Yeah.
That Martial
Yeah.
yeah.
chasing down.
Yeah, that
He was stinking, wasn't he? Absolute. At the first goal.
Yeah.
Whoever says he's better than Alisson,
But to be fair,
come on.
I don't remember any other game really where he's had a dreadful game. It's like that. It's a one-off.
He ain't the best shot stopper. I've seen games where I've seen a few games where I've been watching it with people and gone, he should do better there.
Yeah, he's got a.
But-
he's got a Simon Roberto shot on the way to him.
Yeah, he
He
has.
gets a lot of praise because of his distribution, doesn't he? Like, I think he gets,
Well, this is
I'd say hyped up because, like, don't wrong, he's a
That second
world-class
goal was
goalkeeper.
great distribution.
Well, this is the thing, like, you've got to think of the amount of shots he has to face, because they barely concede shots. They've got the ball for most of the game.
Yeah.
So, how good a goalkeeper he is, I mean, if you swap Dean Henderson and him about
Oh,
at
he's
Sheffield
safe.
United, would he have conceded less than Dean Henderson? I don't think so. I think Edison would have conceded a lot
Did
more.
you see his
at
save
Sheffield.
this week?
Oh, it's brilliant.
Unbelievable. Who did they play? Norwich.
Norwich.
It was
I think
an
I saw
absolute
it.
scramble. He did about 3 saves in one go.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
Didn't get much credit from his gaffer though, did he?
No,
As
yeah.
well there.
He's like, how did he get man of the match? He just stands in the goals and makes saves. It's like that. But
Brilliant.
Wilder's always very critical of him, I think,
Yeah.
because he knows he's a good keeper. I think just wants the best out of him. But I
Is-
think. No, go on.
I was gonna say it's either that. When I saw it, I interpret it as maybe he does like have a bit. I don't know. Like maybe
Yeah.
there's a bit of an issue there with him.
Probably.
Like Dean Henderson now probably wanting to move on from there, and he's probably not bitter, but he's
But it's
he's
like-
probably just at that point. Like you would be, wouldn't you? Like you're losing their best.
Yeah.
I think he's their best player. They're losing their best
Do you know
player.
their second keeper? Do you know who it is? I'm not sure, to be fair.
No.
You think they'll have to, if he stays at United next season,
They'll buy one, won't
they'll have to go out and sign someone, won't
But
they?
I don't know who their second keeper
Get
actually
Roberto
is.
back in the Premier League.
God.
Not
Yeah.
really. But I think Rayner's got to be counted as well as one of the
Rayner was.
Roberto's, because that first goal.
Just poor,
There
wasn't
was no. It was not. In one point in my mind was I thinking, right, Rayner should go for that
It
one.
was never on.
No.
What was he
Came
thinking?
flying out.
Did he forget his age and he started running and was like,
I can't do this anymore.
I'm not as quick as I used to be, or did he get a shout? I don't know what went through his head, to be honest. The Villa fans were going, no! What's
What are
he
you
doing?
doing?
What's he doing?
He completely lost the flight of the ball as well. If you
Yeah,
watch
he
it,
bounced over.
he completely he jumps past the ball. It's like right. If you've come out and you think he's taking it round you, just take the man, mate. Take the man. There's people behind him. Do you know what? You probably would have been lucky.
Yeah.
They probably might not even have sent him there, to be honest. But
Yeah, that's true.
It
But-
was miserable from Mr. Jose Rayner.
He thinks he's 10 years younger, doesn't he?
I remember do you remember when he's running from the corner
Don't.
at Southampton?
Don't.
You might have seen a video. He's literally running at about.
Comical.
He's walking. He's literally
Comical.
walking back from the corner when he's come up for a corner, back to his goal, and obviously he was nowhere near. It's like a turtle.
He was, yeah.
So you gonna start running or not? Ah,
I don't mind
keepers
it.
these days, eh?
Not his biggest fan anyway.
Keepers these days.
Bad history with Pepe Reina. So where are we moving to next? People of the week. People, person,
Ooh.
whatever of the week. Who do you want to give a special shout out to?
Not
I
a,
might.
not a Forest player. Could be like explicit then, but
I might have to go for another Leeds player again.
let me guess.
This is getting boring.
Luke Ayling.
It was a great goal.
Great goal.
Hell of a
Decent
goal.
finish, yeah.
It's
Great,
not sure about
great.
celebration.
Great head of hair.
Yeah, I'm not sure about celebration. Put his hair down doing the guitar.
He might feature later, mightn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, it's happening.
Leeds are
surely.
back on track,
It's,
yeah.
it's happening.
Unless coronavirus stops them, Leeds are back on track.
You know.
Can't wait to relegate them next year. That'll give me so much delight. Horrible club. Almost just as bad as Alex Huberty, Liverpool, but just below them, just a bit.
Just two big clubs, you know. What can I say?
Yeah, I think that's the only person of the week, Luke Haley. Congratulations.
Cheers, mate.
No one's been as good as you.
I'd
done, mate.
love to give a shout
Oh
out
yeah, you
to...
can give someone, can't you?
Go on, I'll give a shout out. I wanted to give a few people, so I'll go first. I'd
In
love
goal,
to
David De Gea.
give- Yeah.
Right back.
Let's go Neil Custis, if anyone knows
Who?
him. Sun newspaper writer. You'd recognise him from Sunday Supplement.
Okay, yeah.
Right, if you don't know Neil Custis, his Twitter page is gold. He's basically the only journalist around who was not asked to join The Athletic.
Okay.
So,
Like the Sun,
if you don't know The Athletic, obviously the new sort of sports journalism page. I'm just speaking of sports journalism. He's sort of interested in this type of thing. Neil Custis, he's not bitter because he hates The Athletic, but he's very bitter. So he basically just on a daily basis. Well, it was last week. He just lost his head with one of the writers.
Did he?
Just lost his head, and it's not even just that. It's regular. So I feel like he deserves a bit of a chat on a podcast once. I wanted to do this for a while because he's a very,
You got
very
this one still.
Every week you think, should I say it? No, not this week.
he's a very funny guy. Like it's either that or he's often raging at Manchester Airport. Every time on like Twitter, they never tweet him back. Tag him in a tweet.
Neil's tweeting
Flight
us
delayed
again.
again. So if anyone, I don't know what his handle is on Twitter, but
Neil's tweeting us again. Have you not blocked him yet?
honestly, it's hilarious. He goes, well, I don't even like the Athletic. Why would you want to write with that Athletic? It's just it's a waste of money. It's like you've got no readers. Bearing in mind he writes to the Sun.
Bless him.
Oh yeah, you what was it? He's literally like school kid stuff. It's something like you tag one of their journalists like, oh, you're just jealous because I can get a story before you can. And everyone just like everyone and below his tweets, everyone just tags like the discounted links to the Athletic. Like Neil, I still think you should subscribe to Athletic, mate. I think you'll enjoy some of the content. And he's like, over my dead body. Yeah. Oh, he was the guy. I don't know if you remember a few years ago. Louis Van Gaal called him fat in a press conference.
Louis Van Gaal called sort of.
He called him fat.
Yeah, fat.
Yeah.
So he deserves.
So
a
you
shout.
want to.
Yeah, that's straight
You want
up
a Calvin Klein model himself.
Another guy, and I'm gonna have to get his name now. This is a serious one. We're gonna bring the tone down for a sec. So I saw something on Twitter last night. I'm just gonna get his name right. It's only.
down.
Unfortunately, the Wi-Fi is very poor in here.
Shocking in here.
It's
Big
we
studio, don't it?
Need some filler music now.
You guys,
Yeah.
Elevator music.
Ding ding. Right, it's not gonna load. So. Well, I'll get our fantastic video editor Connell when he's back from his holiday to include the guy's name, but I'll put the pictures and the tweet in his description. So yesterday it came out that there was an incident at Old Trafford. When was this? This was a Thursday night in February, so it was the Europa League one. A young black lad, I think he's like 16, 17, he works on the catering team at Old Trafford, and he suffered a really, really bad racist incident with, because security at football are known to be, they're not the nicest private security, so he obviously works at Old Trafford and on the catering team, and he comes through every week with his bag and his bike. So he goes through his bag and his bike, security stop him and everything. It was a bit of an ongoing dispute about it. Like he's like, I do this every week. I'll just get hold of my manager so you can let me through. The security guard, gets more of his security mates over, decides it's time to escalate the situation. Checks his bag, says, "Oh, do you know what? I'm surprised I didn't find a knife in there."
Oh. There's not even a need for that, is there?
And then the argument carries on a bit. The kid's like saying, "Come on, I think this has been a bit profiling and stuff now." The security guard responded with, "Oh, well, you're a slave anyway. I should own you. You don't even have your own last name."
Sorry, this is
a few other racist
security guard.
It escalates, so loads more racist jibes. Police come over. They were racist in front of the police. The kids turn around to the police like, "Have you not heard this?" No, sorry, we didn't hear any of that. And it escalated. It then got to the point where they tried to restrain him, hit him. He had to go to hospital. They popped his eye socket and everything. The police have now said, bearing in mind this took out right in front of Old Trafford. Apparently there's no CCTV of the incident. So this has come out on Twitter last night. Yeah, it was just obviously I'd see it because a lot of United people. Yeah. Ian Wright shared it as well on Twitter. So apparently a lot of solicitors are working on it, but just to give props to the kid for speaking out against something like that, because. And I hope everyone who was responsible is brought forward for this. That's disgusting.
It's got to be CCTV.
Yeah, exactly. It's right out front of Old Trafford. If you've ever been there, the security is as strict as it is anywhere. Like me and my mate, when we went before Christmas, like we went earlier in the day to pick up tickets, and they stopped us because they had bags and stuff on us, and it's bad. It's bad anyway. But I think that's just and for the fact that apparently all the other security, and you know what security stick with security, so they all started jibing in. So just for that kid, props on speaking out, but just something that, you know what, I think, I don't want to make accusations, but I bet this kind of, not to that extent obviously, but things like that happen on a weekly basis at grounds and stuff. So you know what security are like, they're poor.
They can't really be asked for their job, and they just do, it's hard to describe. Obviously not all of them are like that, but there's those few which are just so touchy, and they think the first thing here they used to do is be violent or abusive.
But obviously we hope that whatever the situation was, justice is brought to all of those. I think I just wanted to give him a mention because I thought that was something that was very shocking. For something to happen 2 weeks ago.
We saw two lads get kicked out at Southampton, didn't we? Do you remember? Outside.
They were literally. Don't
get me wrong. They were merry.
They were wankered.
But did they do anything wrong?
I don't know what they were doing though.
Yeah, but I mean.
But they were absolutely battered.
If you're absolutely...
The way the security...
Villa fans weren't happy with it,
chucked them 2 out. I didn't agree with that personally.
I thought it was... but...
Thing is, there's two...
The way they got handled...
There's two sides... Not two sides like the red light, that's horrible, but with,
the drunken side.
How many hooligans are being dickheads and all that, there's...
But you looked at them straight away. They were just two ordinary blokes. I think it was a dad and a lad.
I think it was... No,
I
thought it was 2 dads or something. I don't know. Can't remember what they were.
Anyway, we won't waste any more time.
It was
talk like that, but
Yeah, it's just obviously it's just something that probably does happen, and you know, we just hope that it's something that I think they need to be held to more account security for some of their actions and stuff. We'll move on to a lighter topic, and this is the main topic of today's episode. So thank you to everyone who got involved in tweets. At the end of last week's episode, we mentioned that following on from our successful discussion about kits, we'll move on to another part of the footballers' appearance, their general match day wear, haircuts, the trim, the essential trim. They go from the good, the bad, the ugly, iconic trims.
We got some good ones.
Iconically bad trims everywhere across the scale. So we'll read out anyone who's got in contact. Thank you. We'll read out obviously a few of your suggestions, but let's first go to our panel of haircut experts.
I don't know about that.
Still here.
So who do we want to give special? What should we go first? Should we start positive?
We'll start positive.
We'll start with
some good light.
Some brilliant
trims
that
you would happily have on your head.
I'd say Beck's late 90s. Early
How much was
2000s.
that? Because he's had about 5,004.
Well, it goes good and bad, doesn't it? Because you know the cornrows. Don't think they'd really suit me, but
I could see you rocking them, mate.
Maybe, you know. But I think the long hair that was all right. I'd say.
Yeah.
And
his mohawk was.
I mean,
pretty.
no, you know, come on. He's got a good haircut.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's got a trim.
Great haircut.
For what? How old is he? 40, 45?
Still rocking, isn't he?
You know.
But yeah, I'd say David Beckham, top trim.
Is he your top trimmer?
Oh, not
Trim.
top.
Just iconic.
Top.
He's he's had a few good banners.
Hector Bellerin.
Oh yeah.
Hector Bellerin.
Now let's talk about Hector Bellerin because he started off brilliantly. Like that hair when he first came on the scene was second to none. Fantastic. Like if you wanted a trim, that is the one, isn't it? And it just 90 minutes as well.
Stay where it was.
Head of the ball. Stay.
Didn't even have the best trim at Arsenal at the time.
Definitely.
Olivier Giroud.
Who had the best trim?
You've taken it off in Jordan.
Oh,
Giroud's up there as well.
Bellerin. He went a bit.
Bellerin just went.
He went a bit like
the rails.
Yeah. What happened?
In the end, he went off the rails. I don't know why.
Fashion icon.
He did, yeah. He just changed his whole style, didn't he? And it went downhill from there for me, Hector. You've lost my love for your hair. But yeah, Giroud. Wow.
I think Bellerin's pulled it back now though.
It's
all
respectable.
Like sometimes obviously his fashion choices and stuff can be a bit questionable, but posted a picture in his North Face coat the other day. I thought he looked pretty. For a footballer, he looked pretty cool. We don't have many like cool footballers at United, so.
I think he just looked like an edgy art student or something.
He did. He has got the edgy art student vibe to him.
He used to have the old bucket hat on, didn't he? And the old.
Doesn't he have like a earring, like the cross earring?
Yeah. He's interesting choice at times.
Just to chime in there,
different. I like it.
Footballers like that with the fashion type thing. I want to give two special shout outs to Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Tom Davies.
Wow.
Not just for their cover.
Have you seen his
Calvert at the back, it's like,
that's horrendous.
Yeah, it's like shocking.
Before it was just, standard
Skin fade, little bit
right,
on the top,
yeah.
looks decent.
What's he done to it now? It's like a mohawk thing, isn't it? It's like
bit at the back which he's got to cut off.
Tom Davies.
Tom,
he looks like someone's granite.
Tom. Drag through a bush 5 times. That's where he goes on the pitch.
Not everyone's meant for fashion, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, the suits
they were just.
It's like Shaggy and Scooby Doo.
But then I saw his Instagram the other day. Obviously, this was a recent thing. They take a lot of photos together in posy positions. I did not realise this was a thing. They've obviously just hint towards it.
I've seen a bit more now. Calvert-Lewin scoring more goals there.
Yeah.
I didn't see a lot of this when he was shanking them into row like H or something.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
I like how different they are. Fair play to them. So that. Obviously, they're going to get stick for it, but they don't care.
They had to go to New York, so they can't dress around like Everton brown.
I think the mohawk looks better on Calvert-Lewin than it did on Rashford. That really annoyed me about Marcus
Rashford's trim.
Rashford's career has taken a bit of a trajectory. By the way, I love Marcus Rashford. Great player, great guy. But he broke on the scene. Standard haircut.
Yeah.
He was doing well. And then he decided he was gonna mohawk it.
Just keep it at the back. Yeah.
His form nosedived. It nosedived because the actual the trajectory haircut, and then mohawk, and then the form just dived. When it hit literally the day he got the mohawk, I think.
I don't know what.
wasn't streamlined enough or anything.
Sterling had one like that in early days as well. I think.
Oh
Liverpool-
yeah, his was
proper
a different
like
level.
big,
His
like-
is, yeah, his was the Mr. T type thing, mate.
Shocking.
It was
Sterling's had them all, isn't it?
Shocking.
As well. He's
He had a weird
braids.
like Prince haircut at one point as well. Like, I don't know what it was.
He's had
When he was, that was when he was at the
He's
full
had
show.
braids,
completely shaved braids, cornrows.
cool guy.
You name it, he's
I
had
mean,
it.
it'd be nice to be able to do different things with your hair.
But
I've had
mine-
the same haircut.
But mine
Probably
are
all my life. But you know,
I'm not even going to risk it in my head.
It's like,
Won't come back.
it's like getting a pint, isn't it? It's like the usual at the barbers. Yeah, it's the same as always, Tom.
yeah,
Yeah,
please.
same haircut since you've been six, this lad.
You know,
Nothing fancy, please, mate. I want it functional.
it's not broke, you know.
That's like the Gerrard haircut, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Gerrard.
Same.
He had it a bit different at the start, then he just thought actually.
Well,
I've got
he's
something, so-
shaved a bit
Yeah.
at the start, then he just let. It's like the Lego hair.
A
Isn't
tiny
it?
little bit at the top where it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, and it was.
Hairline.
Do you take a picture in of Dean Smith to the hairdressers?
He must do, surely.
Yeah, yeah, I do. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
Tom,
actually,
is
it's
it
actually
the-
the screensaver
is it-
on my
is it
phone,
the-
so it's easier.
is it
I don't
the
even have
Dino
to unlock
again?
my
Is it the Dino again?
Shush. Yes, it is. Yeah.
No, I think Gerrard, like Lampard, also a bit like Scholes, also really kind of, like their play, they just stop consistently.
No need to change.
English midfilders, Keano as well,
Yeah.
he always had a very functional haircut, mate.
He's
Never
short
fancy.
sides.
He's the kind of guy to fall asleep in the seat and just be like, just
phone. He used to have a horrendous trim in the prime of his career, John Terry.
JT.
He had like,
Spite.
a big crown at the back, wasn't it? And then all just nah.
God, J2 rocking, he definitely, a lot of wet look gel in that, mate. there had to be a lot of VFR to get that
Drogba's,
spoke.
for something with long hair, Drogba, his was like,
He's bald now, isn't he?
yeah.
You just don't
Yeah.
recognise him anymore.
This was greasy though, John.
Yeah, I don't know, was it grease, was it gel? But it was
Don't matter, it worked.
Yeah.
iconic haircut
It's
like
got
that.
a white head.
I don't even know what you call that haircut. No one else has ever had
Hairbands.
that Drogba haircut.
Drop it in.
Oh,
do that again.
It's not that deep.
Fuming, taking them off, smacked them. But yeah, that was a dodgy haircut, wasn't it?
Go on then, who at your respective football clubs now, who has the best haircut?
Right now.
Jack
Right.
Grealish.
Oh, that's easy for us.
Jack Grealish.
Grealish
What?
has the best trimmer. Yeah, Grealish has the
Lansbury.
best trimmer.
Oh, actually,
Lansbury
yeah.
could do any haircut as well. Again, he's done every haircut under the book.
Yeah, I do like Henry Lansbury's haircuts.
He's done it all. He's had shave. He's had the like slick back. He's had the long hair.
He had long hair. He had a little ponytail at
He's
one
brilliant.
point.
He's playing his life on Be a Pro and career mode, isn't it?
He
Anytime
is.
he wants a new haircut.
Yeah.
But to be
Yeah.
fair, Grealish is up there as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you can't.
I didn't like it when he first broke onto the scene. That was
The spiky like.
that was a bit too.
The
bit,
thing is,
bit
it's-
too long and a bit too slick back. Now it's
Only
pretty sharp.
only Grealish can have that haircut, can't they?
Things anyone else has the hair now.
You see
that
the Villa
everyone just
dance with
says-
it. You see the Villa dance with it. You think, what on earth is he doing?
I'd like to see it now. Some guy in his 40s with that haircut.
We saw
turning up
some of
with
the
a
same
beard.
sort of. We're like, what have you got on your head?
Lots of Brill cream. Like,
Ah. What was his name on he was on, do any of you see the Sheffield Wednesday City game the other day? He was on punditry. He did the draw after.
Chris Waddle.
Chris
Chris
Waddle.
Waddle.
Oh, he's on.
He has awful trim.
They're like a zero back in sides and then just all
It was one of those, everyone watching
Used to
it.
flick up at the
It's
back.
too old for that hair.
When we were
Too
watching it
old.
at the same time, everyone at the same time was, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That was a short back in shit if I've ever seen one in my life.
Sure. Talking of shit, he thought he's in the clip.
The clip was even better.
He's doing the draw already. He looks
Hang
small.
on.
He goes
Hang
like
on.
he's had, like something's gone wrong.
That's not safe, is
Put his
it?
hand around the back of his trousers.
Stop it. He made someone's person of the week.
I
for
don't know
his-
what it
his-
was,
his-
but he was worried about something.
Yeah.
I liked it
Hope
because
Something went wrong.
they don't normally drag him out on BC. It's nice to see a new pundit out on
Yeah.
the scene. He had a good appearance then, I see.
Yeah.
Very prolific there.
He was one of the haircuts as well back in the day. He used to have the
Yeah.
was it? No.
I know, but who's
Mullet, he had a
about,
mullet,
yeah.
didn't he? A classic mullet
Yeah.
from the players used to have back in the day. Didn't have it for long, but
Yeah, he was. He had a good trim. I think Forest's best trim's definitely Matty Cash. You know, to be honest with you, there's no.
You got to appreciate it.
You know, up the cashy. It's just so. I bet I'd love to put my fingers through that. It's so smooth.
You get
Silk
Weird.
cashy.
Hi Matty, can I have a selfie, please? Oh, if we get such lovely hair.
If we get promoted, I'm running straight to him on the pitch and just going through his hair. Nivea he uses. How do I know that? I don't. Or do I?
Go on then. Over in the red side of Liverpool, who has the best haircut over there?
Oh, you haven't got many, have you?
I'd
You
say
don't
probably.
He's going to give it Firmino, but don't.
I'm not.
Lallana.
Mr. Alisson Becker.
What?
It's a long.
It's
No.
a long. It's what?
Is that where you get your inspiration?
Hey, Dean Smith, calm it down.
Do you know what? He used to have a clean haircut. He looks like he's just gone back from a gap
Alisson.
year or something.
It's just
been
the,
South
you know,
America travelling.
Jesus.
Okay.
You
You know what I'll take?
You are being
I'll take.
serious,
I'll take. Loris Karius. He had a good haircut.
No,
And you said he had a bad haircut the other week.
He had a little bubble on the top of his head.
Debatable, it's debatable.
I'm not on about that. He had before he got the bubble. He had.
Yeah, it was
he,
nice. Lallana's
It's like,
like,
Tarzan as
Lallana used to
well.
have one of the best trims
He did, yeah.
in the game.
Yeah.
Chamberlain has a good trim.
He was just a standard.
We won't talk about mayonnaise. That's disrespectful.
Salah as well, I mean, come on.
Salah, have a trim it off a bit, mate.
Just like kind of the afro though, isn't it? So,
Van Dijk's thoughts?
there's potential there. But
Only he could have it.
there's
Yeah.
potential. There's like, but
If you had anything different, that'd be weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah. If he just cut off the hair,
shave
but
a little goatee as well.
goatee.
Yeah, but I think I like Alisson's. I think he's got a nice haircut.
Give a shout to some
It's
of the
a
best.
nice
It's a nice haircut.
Some of the best hair transplants in football. Andros Townsend had a good hair transplant.
Yeah. David Silva's growing.
David Silva.
Who was
Rooney.
Rooney's was dreadful.
Rooney's is bad.
Still thin.
He can't.
Rooney's is a bad
He
one.
can't walk right.
Carl Walker
Yeah,
definitely had one.
he's definitely in the process of having,
Yeah.
like it's going through.
Drinkwater. Danny
Antonio-
Drinkwater had one.
Drinkwater.
Antonio
That
Conte.
That was weird because
Yeah.
one day he just turned up and like full head of hair. Like, hardly having anything. Like,
What about Antonio Conte?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's got. If you see him when he was playing, he bowled like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Conte's, I think that's a wig.
That could be
That's what Mourinho
Pretty
reckons,
sure.
isn't it?
Do you reckon there are any wigs knocking about in the
Oh, yeah.
in the Prem?
Conte, no, that's the one who
Probably.
immediately comes to mind.
I think.
Klopp.
Klopp was bowled.
Klopp's not deliberately gone and got that haircut. There's not a man who goes, that's a wig.
Mm.
He always was a cap as well. Bit suspect. But yeah, I think any other hair transplants you can think of?
What's Mourinho done? He's shaved his all off, hasn't he?
He always does that. He has that stage where he thinks.
I think he just has a crisis every
Yeah.
season, doesn't he? They've started losing strikers. He's like
I've seen-
straight into the bar.
Sorry, have you
yeah,
seen
it's
Eric
gone.
Dyer since his fight?
No.
Since his,
No.
he's shaved it completely off now. Like it's
Oh,
absolute skin.
He thinks he's the guy now.
I saw like a video
Tyson
from going
Fury.
from going
He's
to
been
play.
shadowboxing in the mirror.
And
since
his like head's so pale because like where he's shaved off, there's still like a tiny bit of hair, but it looks like he's having like a hair transplant from how like fit like white.
Do you think the fan got to him? Do you think he was like, you bowled like
Oh,
that?
check it out.
Literally the next day, he books an appointment. Oh, I'll chuck
Yeah.
money at you, anything you want. I can't be having that kind of disrespect on the pitch.
It's my choice to shave my hair, not his.
Yeah, he's shaved it completely off now.
Well,
So what does Louise do with his hair?
Oh, probably not.
Don't know if
is this like bleach blonde?
well, he's FIFA player. He's got like what he had at the
dreads,
start of the
the-
season with the
cornrows, sorry.
the bleached like cornrows and
So should we move on to dyed hair then? Players who have dyed their hair.
Ooh,
I
Stan
think-
Cullivan, do you remember that when he had a blonde
Yeah.
bleach blonde?
Runa
Bad.
Kone, he did it, didn't he? He dyed his
What
blonde.
about
didn't
when Messi did his? And he had the ginger
yeah.
beard.
But there was that stage, wasn't there, where everyone used to dye their hair blonde?
I think Ramsey did it.
Yeah,
Yeah, Aguero did it. His is
Aguero.
kind of dying out.
he had like a
Yeah.
silver fox in the end, didn't he?
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, that's weird. Loads of players just suddenly started having.
It was a
like,
Yeah.
trend, wasn't it? Everyone used to,
Yeah.
like, Justin Bieber dyed his hair blonde.
Oh,
What about
Sorry, mate, but he did.
Neymar's got bright pink hair as we
Neymar's
speak,
lost-
hasn't he?
Neymar's lost the plot with his hair. His going as well, I think.
Is it?
I think we'll find, yeah.
Oh, dear.
Shaved it off. But yeah, it was that blonde stage. Ramsey's a great haircut.
Oh, I don't know about that.
He used to have
just
quality hair.
standard. Like it's just.
He
Oh
got
right, I
hair.
thought you meant the bleach blonde.
No.
Oh right,
When he
yeah.
had that
yeah,
the
yeah.
Beckham sort of look.
Yeah.
With the beard, superb.
Brilliant.
Now there's a guy I'm thinking of. And
Dreamboat.
he used to play for Wigan a few years ago. He dyed his hair. He was like, I think he was Australian or something. And
Oh, Paul Sharner.
Oh,
that's the
Shana.
guy. And he dyed his
West
hair.
Brom as well.
He dyed his hair blue and white. I think when he was
Blue and
leaving.
red, I think it
Or
was.
something like that.
I
Yeah.
think it's West Brom.
Was that?
Or it might have been Reading. I don't know.
Uh,
It was West Brom.
Wigan and West Brom.
Not
was
Reading,
out.
sorry. Yeah, Wigan or West Brom. I'm not sure which
He
one.
loved the hair dye, didn't he? He
Yeah.
thought that was a bit edgy.
That's like at a football tournament. You go there and they got the hairspray. Like you got that Nike tick in your head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, he did
Well,
not.
You've got to send Connell a picture of that. We'll put it on here.
I'll find it.
If you're watching this on
but
YouTube,
thing is,
potentially there's going to be a picture.
you're in like the semi-finals. You're 10 years old.
Just do it.
Old,
Just do
and
it.
you're like, right, I need to show off a bit here. There might be a few scouts out of that. So get a night tick in your head. And then
Has he got a night tick? Yeah,
he's got a night tick. Oh, that's a nice
Yeah,
little
he has got a night tick.
step over.
Don't bother with him.
They were actually going to cite, he's a good player, mate, but he's got a night tick in his head.
Is that a night tick?
Nah,
Can I just? It wasn't shaved into my head. It was spray paint.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't go to
It
the
was there for
barbers.
months. Couldn't wash it
I
out.
didn't go to the barbers and go, yeah, just do it, mate. Yeah, go
Got
on,
suspended
it's my
at school. Everything.
A night tick in your head.
head. Could have been Adidas, but you know.
Yeah.
Just to go back to a player with dyed hair, give a shout out to Paul Pogba, who's had many dyed hairs,
Oh, cute.
but famously dyed his hair sky blue 3
Against
days
City.
before the derby,
Yeah.
but made up for it because he scored
Oh,
twice.
yeah,
and
hell of a
was,
game,
Did
that
he have
day.
like pod boom or something?
Yeah.
He had the
That
dab.
was said
He
then,
had,
wasn't it?
he had the dab in his head, didn't he?
He's had it all. Stars.
I know I like you, Paul, but I think you need to come to an age now. You're 26, going on 27. Come on.
What about it was either Kalu or Malouda, and they got a spider in the head.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's Kalu for Chelsea, and he got a
Was it?
spider like shaved into his back of his
Wow.
head.
I think hair dye just, it rarely goes well. I mean, I didn't mind Pogba's when it was blonde when he first joined United, but I think that was more because we were so excited to have him play for United. I didn't care about what haircut it was. But I don't know. Do you think it's the same argument with kits that when a player does well with a certain haircut, you remember it better, even if the haircut was shocking?
Yeah, definitely. It becomes iconic then, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
like you remember that kit for that player, or that
Yeah.
player for that kit.
Yeah. Do you
I
think
remember the Mane, the blonde streak.
Yeah,
in
does
his,
he still do that now?
No, I think it's like blue or something. It's like
Yeah, green, blue.
yeah, something like that.
he needs to watch as well. He's 28, man. Come on.
His
He needs to
hairline's
go.
gone
He needs to
there,
go,
yeah.
I
It's like
think.
Albert Adoma. Albert Adoma's back. It's like
Yeah.
the other side of his head.
Who's he saving with that? You know.
His forehead's so shiny though, isn't it? Off the
It is,
lights,
yeah.
like I think he
Yeah.
actually does clean his forehead.
I do remember that
It
seeing
was
out the Forest
Off
game.
the lights, it was so
He's got
bright.
a great forehead.
Shining.
He blinds the keeper as he's running
He was
towards
shining.
So
Loved
are we now going to shout out our favourite bowl footballers? Obviously, John Joe Shelby
John
gets
Joe
the
Shelby.
first
But he
mention.
actually had alopecia,
Yeah.
John Joe
it.
Shelby.
Did he?
Yeah, when he was a kid.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So he didn't actually choose that life.
Yeah,
Rocks it.
the life
But
choice.
he does look iconic with that.
Well, you couldn't
Imagine
imagine
with
it.
hair! John Joe with like a mullet.
no,
I
A
can
food
only,
fight.
imagine it with like a little afro. I don't know why. I don't know what's the only thing I can picture of it.
John Joe.
I mean,
no.
the prime bold man is Zidane, isn't it?
Yeah, but
He's-
he rocks it as well.
He
doesn't
rocks it, yeah.
He's like Dwayne Johnson.
Talking to Johnson, Andrew Johnson.
Love it,
Oh.
the bald head. I'd love to slap it. We'd love to.
Bob
It's when
Bradley.
someone shaved their head
Bob
at like
Bradley.
college, you just slap it like that.
Rayner, obviously.
Yeah,
He used to have the side bits as well, didn't he? At Liverpool.
yeah, yeah.
That's a bad look.
Tim Howard actually rocks it 'cause he has
Oh,
a
the
good
beard.
beard. Good
Really
beard.
good. Really good. He has Tourette's, doesn't he?
He does have Tourette's, yeah.
That's a weird one, isn't it?
He's just come out. He's come out of retirement.
He was
Yeah.
at Goodison last
He's gone to
Saturday.
play for,
no, at United.
It's
game.
American second division, so
Yeah.
He could do better than that, sure.
But I think he used to spit to stop his Tourette's.
He's old though. He is old.
Yeah, but he only played for Everton like 4 or 5 years ago, didn't he? He's
I don't
class
know.
at
He
Everton.
was at MLS for a
Might have been
bit.
a bit longer.
There's some classic oldies out there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Guzan.
Who's that?
Friedel.
Villa love it, mate. That's their requirement for a goalkeeper.
Then you have your Dean Dublins.
Senderos, Vlar.
Oh, boldies
Should we
everywhere.
just name all the bold people we think of?
Iconic.
Uh,
That's it. There's Lee Griffiths who
Yeah.
should be bold.
So-
I think he's trying to
Yep,
be
Stan.
Yapstam, yeah, of course, Yapstam.
Sabri Leach, yeah.
So should we move on to some really bad trims? Just chuck out some names, some awful trims that have been knocking about.
Chamakh.
Yeah, Chamakh.
Chamakh,
He
yeah.
was the one I thought of last week. He
Has
comes
to
straight
be
to the
said.
top.
The gel.
Has to be said. I don't think anyone else have that haircut. Like, you see bad haircuts just day to day, don't
Just
you?
spikes
I don't
on
know if
the
I've ever seen someone with that. Like, slapped gel onto his head, so it just stuck to his head weird, and then just little spiky bits.
He must use a tub of gel each time.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
What does Chamakh look like now? Does he still have the same haircut?
I think he's bald. I think now.
God,
Probably for the best, man.
Let's. I want to find this out.
What is
Search up Chamakh, but Jesus.
9 goal and a handshake? Is that good or like iconic?
I don't
Or
know
bad?
at all.
It's dreadful.
At all.
It's absolutely dreadful, man.
But it's their look, isn't it? I mean, I won't go for it, but it's their look, isn't it?
It is, like, you do know.
If Hamshik had a full head of hair, you'd be like,
Is it
Is it-
No.
Plasters with a little
What's his
little
name?
piggy thing at the back. Little
Yeah, what's his name?
Rat
Like a rat
tail.
tail. What's
Yeah.
his name?
Palacios, I think.
Palacios.
I think. Mark sent it in.
I'm thinking of the old Tottenham midfielder. What's his name?
Wilson Palacios.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
There's Palacio.
Palacio, yeah.
Palacio.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Palacio.
That
That
was-
was Brendan Milan,
That was on FIFA,
Yeah,
his own
yeah,
little rat
yeah.
tail.
Dirty little rat tail. But people used to have that at school. Oh.
What? People had it at school?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it-
primary school,
few,
summer.
few people used to have. You used to
I
get the
used
scissors
to-
like that behind
yeah.
the video.
It's going.
Uh,
You found a picture of Chamakh?
I couldn't find it. The
Oh.
internet's not working. So
Sad.
the internet's let us down today with
It
some
has,
pictures,
it
but
has.
we will get it up now. We will get a picture of Chamakh in the heyday of his wet look gel, and
And what he's
Chamakh
looking like
now.
now.
Was it like Arsenal, Palace?
Yeah, that's what I think. That was his
Bordeaux?
career.
Yeah.
Is the Gareth Bale haircut? We need a full segment about this, don't we?
His stages. So at Tottenham, when he was in his prime, unbelievable
The
trim.
line.
Yeah,
Thing is,
iconic.
Yeah.
I knew like people got the same haircut.
I had a
Gareth
line.
Bale.
I had a line
That's, okay,
in the head.
we'll forget about that. Was that purposely or
It's
just?
this side, yeah. It was purposely. Yeah, I used to actually get it shaved in.
But then he got the little
Yeah.
hairband, didn't he, Bale? And then I knew people had like. started
I was
getting
actually
that.
so disappointed with when he started growing out his hair. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
No, his
What
hair
are you
goes
doing?
down the back of his, you know.
No, yeah,
But
it's
that,
just out of control.
I mean,
What's Ronaldo done to his hair recently?
He rocks.
He's got a hairband in just a
he can
normal
do whatever
haircut.
he wants, can't he?
Yeah, no.
He can do
Ronaldo gets good haircuts actually. On the whole, he had a tiny bit of a,
Oh,
like
it's-
a good Chamakh when he was at United.
Yeah,
but
it's a dodgy
he's
stage.
the bit
At United.
spiky.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of gel at United. But he's
Iconic haircut. I mean,
Yeah.
like the guy, he'd probably look alright with any haircut, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He ain't gonna turn up with a
He
haircut.
has shaved
that
it
look
before,
at
hasn't he? Do you remember he had it shaved?
Yeah.
Looks good with that.
Brilliant.
He can do everyone's
Did it
cut.
for
Yeah.
Portugal, didn't it? There's a few just.
Marouane Fellaini.
Oh.
Yeah, you got your Puyols, your Colacinis,
Mm.
that
Funny
sort of haircut.
Yeah.
Funny story
Colour
about
cheating.
Fellaini. I drew a picture into Match magazine when I was young, and it got into the magazine of
Did it?
Fellaini. So yeah.
What?
So,
Is that when he was
Yeah.
at Everton?
yeah,
Wow.
I was famous
Why?
before I even knew it.
Like, why did you do that? Like, what was your
Because I
thought?
was like 8 and
You supported Everton?
Yeah, Everton.
no, I
fan,
just
yeah.
wanted to get a picture into the magazine.
So you went with your
Fellaini.
team you support's rivals and drew him, one of their players?
Interesting choice to pick Flavor.
Yeah.
I bet the hair
Yeah,
was
but the
good
thing
fun.
is, I knew it from like my business savvy 8-year-old man that I like. If I put a guy with a massive head,
Mum,
it's
I
like-
made the magazine!
I did say that. I remember I was on a train.
Don't put it on YouTube again, Alex.
See, I was a man of many trades when I was younger. You know.
Wow, God, you're a busy man, weren't you?
Yeah, where's the motivation gone?
So, Fellaini, though, you
Yeah,
fan of his hair then, were you, or not?
I just thought.
Good
you
to
know,
draw.
Yeah, good to draw. The squiggly lines, boom.
Yeah, they used to always be on Twitter, same with him and David Luiz, where they'd make out that Fellaini or David Luiz have shaved their hair off.
Yeah.
So I'd edit a picture like they've shaved their hair off finally.
You seen that one? I think Sid put it in, sent it in to us on Twitter. It's when Fellaini's got the two.
The two,
Oh, the two.
yeah, the two
two
little
things, the
Should we go over to the
space
tweets now?
space buns. Space
The
buns.
Mickey Mouse.
He did it for like a magazine, didn't he?
Oh. Is that even, is it? I don't know what it is. Is it real? Is it edited?
No, that
Is
was
it,
real. He did it for like a magazine. Like,
what is it?
like
Is
a
it his
fashion
hair?
magazine. Yeah. Yeah.
The thing is, does that,
God.
I wonder what it's like to play with a big afro.
Ooh,
It's really weird.
bounce off your head, wouldn't it?
How did, because he was such a good header of the ball. Like,
Oh, don't tell me it's not going to load.
I've got in the original tweet we put out, who's the guy on the walls? Is it Griffiths? Is it?
Yeah, Lee Griffiths.
Lee Griffiths.
That's shocking.
In the original tweet, if obviously follow us on View from Stands on Twitter, but yeah, in the original tweet we had Lee Griffiths with just an awful haircut.
Yeah. That just needs to go.
Needs to go.
First reply, I just.
The first reply I can see here is a Mr. Harvey Lawrence in the stands.
Oh no, not that one.
So you might be able to see this now.
No, that pitch did me dirty. Thank you very much, Nottingham Forest Football Club, for that. Unbelievable. My airline's back in Row Z.
You've got great wing backs there, mate.
Yeah, they've bombed forward.
Mighty Cash and Ramirez on forward.
Cash did score at that time, so it was Cash, I blame him. It was windy day, alright, Storm Dennis that day.
It's a great goal. You got to forget the haircut about
Jesus Christ, what am I doing? Right, yeah, so that's that. That's
There's nothing you can do, mate.
Charlie shouted out John Joe Shelby.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's functional. It does for him. Don't have to think about it in the morning.
Simple but effective.
It's aerodynamic.
Saves on the head and shoulders.
Yeah.
Easy
Run
to
quicker.
Yeah.
Oh, Graziano. Alex says Graziano Pella.
Yeah,
Great haircut.
unbelievable.
Graziano Pella had a strong haircut, similar in the vein of Olivier Giroud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Emre
to shout out
Can,
Gazaniga.
Gazaniga, brilliant.
Mm.
He's lovely looking, isn't he? Absolute dreamboat.
On the opposite end of the Roberto scale, you have Gazaniga. He's that gold Roberto.
Yeah.
He does have occasional Robertos.
Oh, he does, but we let him off because he looks nice.
Speaking of Gazaniga, you know those stupid Facebook
What have you done now?
No.
I drew a
Just
picture
gave
of
us
him.
Send it to
10
Match Rugby
footballers are
2
going to
years
steal
ago.
your wife.
Don't
It
put us
was
in the
Ronaldo
middle.
second and Gazaniga.
Right. He's got a Facebook, I think. We find the wrong pages.
We
Pages.
get Matt gives a shout out to David James here,
Exactly.
who's
Fair
been
few haircuts.
through
Oh, he's been through the
an
middle.
evolution of haircuts. We've got cornrows, we've got a functional, we've got afro, we've got blonde afro.
He's had it all there.
What is the one
What's
with the
the
slick back
bottom
one?
right?
Bottom right. If you
Wow.
see the tweet, we're gonna put the photo up here, right?
Oh,
Bottom
wow.
right if you're watching on YouTube, bottom right.
Unbelievable.
Can we have opinions in on this David James haircut? Because I'm not sure what it is.
Looking suave.
Looks like Angelo from Shooting Stars, if you know who that is.
He looks a bit like the bartender from
Angelos.
Benidorm.
He looks suave.
He's had it all, hasn't he?
Bakary Sagna.
Oh, I forgot about
Did he have
Pakistan.
blonde cornrows?
It's that rubbish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brad
Good
Evans.
lord.
Semi-iconic, fully terrible.
Ethan sent in, obviously.
One of the most,
Original Ronaldo.
one of the most
Ronaldo,
iconic
yeah.
haircuts
It
ever.
has to be mentioned.
It's
You
a
can't
great
not
pitch.
mention that.
I did try and get Connell to I did ask how many retweets for him to get that
Right,
haircut, and he did reply saying, "Never gonna happen, lad. Sorry."
Oh, shame.
Shame, because I think you'd rock that, but
Yeah.
you know, and Jovino as well, everywhere.
Jovino.
Steve McLaren, the island hair. That is a dreadful picture as
Yeah.
well of it.
Oh,
It's just like
It's like a unicorn,
Yeah,
isn't
like
it?
a
Like-
unicorn was what I was going to say. What is he
Uh,
doing in the wind? It's Steve.
I saw him, he did a talk at UCFB when I went to look around there a couple of years back, and he was sat like up on a podium on a stall being interviewed, and he had like a bright light shining like down at him.
Bit of
Did
sweating.
him no favours whatsoever.
What's everyone's like personally prime playing haircut like when you were younger?
In terms of dreadful, or just
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
absolutely phenomenal.
Dreadful. I think the Troy Bolton, Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I
the
just
hair
like
days
curly sort of locks going on.
Never
Yeah.
had it.
You've had the same haircut since you came
No.
out of the womb.
There's a great picture of you of Mark Albrighton.
Oh yeah, that's.
Can we have that one in,
Yeah,
please?
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
find
Can we
that.
put that one
I'm
in?
not sure how I feel about
You
that.
look like the Lorax.
Huh?
You look like the Lorax. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a hot day. I was sunburned.
That's got to go in.
Yeah.
Iconic eyebrows.
Thank you. Yeah. To be fair, just
Yeah.
same haircut. Like, it used to be longer than it is now, so it
Yeah.
was a bit more shit.
Because it's tough. It's tough with the long hair because it got in your eyes, you know.
Mm.
So
Did you ever wear a hairband?
no, I considered it, but then
Of course,
no.
I considered it. Never happened.
I'd never happened.
I couldn't bring myself to it. My dad didn't let me.
Yep, exactly. That was the only thing. 'Cause I was
My
like,
son of mine wears
Like,
a hairband.
Was it right to wear gloves, let alone a hairband?
my argument was Sergio Ramos wears a hairband, can't I? And he goes, no.
Fair
Thomas,
enough.
You don't.
Thomas Rositzky wears one.
He's good.
Yeah, so thank you to everyone who got involved on social media with that. We're about there with the social media comments, aren't we?
Yeah,
So,
I think we've done
we
all.
might revisit it again some other day. So if you've got any brilliant haircuts that we haven't shouted out, we've probably missed loads. I feel like we've missed loads. We'll come back to it along with the kids.
There's
along with
one,
future
one
episodes.
has to be mentioned. We'll get the picture put in. It is
Oh God, what is it?
Giovanni
Oh,
Simeone
yeah.
when he was at River Plate.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was. He's got completely shaved on the top, and then full thick hair like on his sides.
I'm pretty sure you would have seen that picture before.
round
wouldn't
the
you?
back, little ponytail on top thing. Horrendous. Take a look at that.
You'd have seen it before.
I
surely.
have seen that.
Yeah.
That is.
Is that Simeone's son?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think it is.
Actually, just a last little shout out to the kid in that video who got the same haircut as Wenger and Ericsson.
Oh, he has to be mentioned.
That needs to be mentioned. Just the very last thing in the haircut conversation. That kid gets my hair with the best haircut anyone's ever got. Everyone rocks up to school wanting to look like a Beckham, wanting to look like Lampard or whatever. He wanted to look like Sven. Got his hair shaved in the middle.
Going for the Sven.
Go for the Sven.
The Swedish.
The Sven.
Short back in
One
Sven.
more we've already talked about a bit. Henry Lansbury getting that haircut for FIFA.
Oh yeah.
That's brilliant.
That is fair play.
Yeah.
I hope he's spammed it down
He's gave himself a middle part in.
Yeah.
He looks like Derek from. You watched Derek?
Yeah.
Gervais.
That's fair play though. 'Cause that's funny.
Apparently on the shooting day for FIFA 20, he did it on purpose, gave himself a middle part in for it. So he got it for players like that.
That's funny.
That's what you want to
Because
see.
everyone be getting ready, getting the best haircut. And
He's just
That's what you want to see.
He knows he's good looking. He thinks,
Yeah,
you know what?
he's like, I can do what I want.
There's also there is actually one more which I think has to be mentioned. Is Antoine Griezmann. He used to have unbelievable hair. That long hair, sort of long hair phase was quality for France.
What's his big? He's got a big
Just
hair.
like a
Now it's rubbish. Now,
Yeah, that's.
but when it back in 2016 Euros for France, and he was looking
sharp.
10 out of 10.
Also had
Tidy.
an afro that once when he dressed as a basketball
Oh
player,
yeah,
but that's probably not
yeah.
worth
We should
mentioning.
probably should bring that up.
We'll cut that there. We'll just quickly before we go move on to fantasy football.
Don't do it quickly. I'm off the bottom.
Yeah,
Who's
because
bottom
Skip
now,
Hansett
Alex?
this week was an irrelevant week. Oh, is that a thing? I didn't realise that had happened.
I'm not going down anymore.
So
Somewhat cruise control now at the.
At the bottom, he was at the
bottom of
top.
league.
we should be getting
You
the
know
table.
I'll hold my hands up, and I've said I've been terrible.
We are
I could have
staying up.
said.
Alex, you're a sleeping giant. That's what you are.
I don't think I am. I don't think I have the capability. I put Pepe in, and he didn't have a bloody game.
We are staying up here, I tell you.
It's your own fault.
And then Bergevin's in. Who injured Bergevin?
You've had a sinker.
For those listening to on Spotify, I'll give a rundown of the table. Cruise Control by Alex Noonan has dropped down to 5th after being top just before Christmas. 40-point game week leaves him on 1-4-8-1. Shocking. You Little Dancer FC, Harvey Lawrence, might be his best game week of the season, I reckon.
It's up there. It's definitely
69.
up there. I did use bench boost, so yeah, I sort of cheated.
1495 points. And then we got McGinn Gang Goody Goody, Tom Hartley, 61 points this week. 1524, so there's a little bit of a gap there.
Could
but
be.
even then, Harvey could catch you,
Yeah,
Could
probably
be,
could.
could be up to 72 though, me this week, because I've got Lundstrom on the bench for 12. He's going to come in now when the game
I've got
finishes.
De Bruyne to play, and he's going to play against Arsenal. Probably get about 3 assists.
And then you'll move
Just
closer to
saying.
me, Tom. So I'm on 1544, 2 girls, 1 schlup. Jordan Marks, 55-point game week, saved by Harvey.
Could you explain the name, please? 2 girls, 1 schlup.
Top is Connor's Crazy Crew, Connor Blanchett.
Search on
49
Google
point.
without schlup cup.
I'd just like to put a disclaimer. If you try to search that name on Google, no responsibility for what might happen to you, your mental health,
Or your computer.
or your computer. Let's just say that. Con's Crazy Crew, Connor Blanchett, and he's still leading the way, but with a poor, not poor game week, but
It's not his best.
less than average.
Not his-
1573.
not his best.
I'm still on course to make the best comeback of all time in football history.
I'm just happy on my
I'd just say in advance, I've shot the bed again. I put Aubameyang in. I don't think he's going to do
That's
anything.
miserable.
The way that was going there.
That's the 5th time this year, Alex.
So just tell us after the podcast, please.
I've shut the bed
I
again.
thought the microphones are off.
No, the camera's still running.
I think that's probably a perfect time just to leave it there.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't think you could, as soon as someone tells you they've shut the bed, you can't carry on any other way.
Wonder what that smell
So,
was.
once again,
It's your Villa shirt, that's what it is. We have fun.
Enjoyable. Thank you again. Thanks to everyone who's listened, watched on YouTube. Remember to keep subscribing to all our socials. Ooh. We'll just edit that out. I'm just going to lean up to just finish the last bit. Thank you.
Hopefully we'll see you next week.
I'm still there.
What's going on here?
This has been the worst ending ever.
We just might cut it about here. I'm like all the way down. I'm touching the floor now.
What's that button at the table? What's in that?
We could drink your vodka.
Yeah, I'm gone.
You won't see us next week. Coronavirus will at us.
Yeah, if coronavirus doesn't end us, we'll be back next week with Conor Blanchett
We'll
making
be in
it
our hazmat
happen.
suit.
Cheers.
Thank you for listening. Enjoy. Keep sending us your haircuts and your topic ideas. We'll be back next week. Cheers, lads.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'll end it while I'm right on the floor now because of this chair.